Hapa Nairobi, Rais Uhuru Kenyatta amezindua mpango wa ajira kwa vijana, ambapo kwa sasa tusikize ni yapi anayozungumza rais.
And of prosperity.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's an honor to be with you here today, and thank you and your government for welcoming us to Kenya and for the collaboration which has resulted in Young Africa Works in Kenya. Thank you for your question. We are a young foundation. MasterCard Foundation was created in 2006, but sometime around 2010, when we started to think about how we could improve the livelihoods of young people, we said we need to consult young people. And that journey led us to form a youth think tank. Young people have been involved as reviewers, critiques, designers, and researchers in many of our programs. And so when we embarked on Young Africa Works, the first starting point was to run a number of consultations across multiple countries with young people, and to ask them for their ideas, ask them for their advice, and also to ask them about what kind of aspiration we should set, so that this strategy really lives, breathes, and reflects the values and the dreams and desires of young people, both in a very inspirational sense, but also in a very pragmatic sense. So as the day unfolds, you'll hear more about the tenets of Young Africa Works, which very, very much reflects what young people told us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your question as well. The step up to the mic still continues, so we have a roving mic. We have a question here.
Thank you, Adele. I am honored to stand here today and represent Kenyan youth. Your Excellency, Mr. President, Ms. Roy, my name is Michelle Dibo, and I stand here as a symbol. I represent voices of the Kenyan youth who would like to know how to get dignified, fulfilling, and sustainable opportunities within the creative system, which we know all over the world has been creating enterprises. So to you, Mr. President, is there a plan in our government to strategically support this sector to create more opportunities, especially since it has somehow been neglected in the formal education system? And to Ms. Roy, is the foundation considering other sectors which are not necessarily described as mainstream to offer such opportunities to the youth? Thank you.
I think that's precisely why we've said we need to be able to look at our curriculum and ask ourselves, are we arming our children with the right tools to enable them to meaningfully engage and become productive in future life? The area of arts, sports, are areas, as you've correctly said, have been neglected in our country and yet have a great potential of not only creating jobs but creating wealth in Kenya. And this is an area that we have noted and we are focused upon. In fact, if you will recall, not just too long ago, we were involved in Minister here, Musheru, right, was involved in participating in a competition that was aimed at getting young people to sit down, my friend. To show what talents they have. As we were trying to say, okay, we get the top 20 in the hope that we can then connect them with Netflix and others across the world to see how we can get their productions to come out and be produced and shown. We're investing now in those sectors. We have created under Amina right now. Hakuna haja ya kusimama jameni, hizi siku za zamani. Under Amina, we have now the new Sports, Arts and Culture Fund, which is aimed again at supporting our young people in arts, in culture, in music. We are starting, and we hope to set up studios across the country, because that's been, and we figured that that's been one of the greatest obstacles, that young people have the talent, but they don't have the resources to develop these studios. So we want to create studios across the country where people can go and record or perform and make equipment available, because that's been one of the biggest problems. We're also trying to see how we can make Kenya once again a center to attract international companies, to make Kenya a destination for making movies, because again, you know, it's not just the art of acting alone, but you know, there are other areas, you know, I don't know, they are called grips, they are called what, they are called very many different things. So the more we are able to bring people to Kenya to make movies, the more opportunities we're also creating again for our young people. So it's an area that we have earmarked, that we are targeting, and we are very hopeful that in a few years' time, it will be a major center or growth sector in our country. So we're looking into that.